Alright, so for today's project, I'm going to turn this, I think this is a pressure tank for like a air compressor. I'm going to convert this guy into a wood stove. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it off where I'm going to cut the top off, cut off part of this, and then the front, I'm going to cut that off as just a complete circle. So I got my jig set up, so I can make sure my lines are straight. And then for this part here is the hole, so I'm just going to cut this off right about where the seam is. So when I weld on the new front plate, there'll be a nice flat seam. And then this here will give me a nice top to put a flat plate on, and so you can go ahead and cook on it. So it's probably about 11.5 inches wide. That's how the top will be. So this will be a good surface to put like your pots and pans if you want to do any cooking on it. For this guy here, unfortunately, the piece of 1/4 inch steel I have isn't big enough. There's a missing part, so I'm gonna have to do in 2 pieces, which is fine. So I'll go ahead and get this marked out. Today I'm actually going to make a template so I can figure out what this piece here is. So I'm just using cardboard. Just outline this guy here. And since this is symmetric, I can just flip this over and get the other side. So it's about all about lined up, so that should be right, so I have this piece of steel here. It's pretty close to the shape, which will do. So I already Right, and when I cut this, I want to cut on the inside of the line. So next I want to do the mark out for the door. Since the door, I'm going to use the same piece of steel for it. So I want the top to be probably about it. Door opening, start about 2 inches down. About 1.5 inches from the bottom. And see about from the edge. See, about 2 inches from there. See, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring this bottom in just a half an inch. These bars, so once the door is back on, it'll actually rest up against this and create a good seal. So I have these pieces put out. Once I get these tack welded in, I go ahead and measure out the two on this side and get those pieces cut. So let's go ahead and get welded. So here is kind of the setup for the front door. Where the exits are, those are going to be the vent holes, and all the extra steel is going to be how I'm going to hold it together. Basically, this will slide left and right to open and close. Close the vents. So right now it's going to be set up as open, and then when I pull the main bar to the left, that's how I close it. And I'm gonna tack this some of the pieces into place, and then go drill out the holes. Not bad. What? I don't know where it's at. Go back inside. Right. So I got the wood stove burning. It's the first burn. I'm gonna let it see if everything leaks. Pretty sure I got all the welds are pretty good. Gonna hopefully burn off some of the paint I couldn't scrape off, and then I'll go back and touch it up with the high temperature paint. You can see inside. Looks like it's doing pretty good. Stack. That's a gas exhaust for like your hot water heater. So it's doing pretty good. Yeah, I may have to just leave this thing cracked open. I don't think I'm getting enough air in. But then again, I got a lot of wood in there. A lot of this is still kind of wet.